like an employee. Building etiquette. Loitering. Each facility of Goodwill Industries retail and or training serves may individuals including client staff as well as the public. The safety and security of individuals while working or visiting in our facilities is a primary concern. Therefore, there will be no loitering in front of the main entrance except during inclement weather and or when waited to be picked up. Smoking. The buildings of Goodwill Industries are smoke free. Smoking is a personal habit that can be bothersome to non-smokers. Common courtesy for smokers apply. Therefore, smoking is permitted in designated areas only. Smoking is not permitted in front of the main entrance to the facility. Smoking in the restrooms will not be tolerated. All smoking items should be properly disposed of in containers provided and not thrown on the ground or concrete. Right? So basically, just smoking in designated areas, no smoking here. Especially with the new North Carolina law they passed a few years ago.
Down by the trees.
Yeah. So down by the tree areas, then it'll be marked off and labeled off for you to go. Parking. Retail shoppers are the lifeblood of Goodwill Industries. Therefore, parking for employees and program participants is permitted in the Coliseum parking lot only. Those who are disabled with the proper stickers may park in designated parking spaces. All other spaces on Goodwill's lot are for retail customer and visitor parking only. So being able to work here, we don't get to park right out front. You have to park a little bit further away. I would just say that those individuals who know since we care to such a large disabled population, they can get to their parking spaces. Cell phones. The use of cell phones and pages will disrupt classroom or training instructions. Therefore, participants are expected to use courtesy when using cell phones and not disrupt others. Cell phones can be used in the following locations: outside the building during break and lunch times, in the cafeteria, as well as in the designated smoking areas. Cell phones may not be used in computer labs, classrooms, or hallways. Eating. The proper cleanliness of the buildings and property of Goodwill Industries is a primary concern. Therefore, eating and drinking are permitted in designated areas only. Eating and drinking is not permitted in classrooms, labs, hallways, or lobby of the facility in the area outside the main entrance. Participants are expected to properly dispose of trash and receptacles. So basically, just keep it clean, keep it nice.
Right.
All right. And finally, where you can sign, basically stating that you hereby acknowledge or admit that the information in the participant handbook was presented to you in an understandable manner, read aloud, read to yourself, presented in your primary language during your orientation. This information was accompanied by your viewing a video which you'll watch afterwards, providing an overview or summary of the programs and services available to you through Goodwill's Workforce Development Services. You also understand that what is expected of you for participation in program services at Goodwill. You agree to abide by the program rules and regulations and follow established program policies and procedures. You also understand that any violation of these or refusal to participate in programming might result in behavior intervention or could jeopardize your continuance to receive workforce development services. You have read the above guidelines and have been given the opportunity to ask questions. I understand and agree to the terms listed below. I hereby agree to participate in all activities to which I am assigned by Goodwill Industries. So you can sign right here. All right. Okay. Now, one thing about Goodwill program, of course, Walmart, the larger Walmart, the conglomerate, wants to there's an accountability factor. They want to make sure that we are doing what we are paid to do. Okay, so part of the program, once we successfully place you in a job, okay, we ask you to sign this form to where we can receive your paycheck stubs. We're going to ask you to submit them to us 4 times a year, every 3 months. And what we do is we'll take those stubs and we'll submit them to our supervisors, those who fund us at the Walmart Corporation, so they can just benchmark our progress to say that that we're doing what we're set out to do. We're accomplishing that goal and helping disabled vets and their families find jobs. Right? And nothing shows that better than a paycheck stub, right? Mm-hmm. So if you agree that you can sign here for me. Okay. Next, we're going to go over, need you to sign the next document, where we're going to require you to complete a background check. Now, as I was saying earlier, a lot of our partners that we work with, employers that we work with, understand that our clients have unique barriers to employment. Some of them may have criminal backgrounds. We have to send a project, something called Project Reentry, for the individuals who come in who are either convicted felons or have long histories of being institutionalized or imprisoned, where they can still work with them. So what we do is we run a background check in advance. So let's say something come up, we can have that conversation with the employer before they meet with you. So let's say, I have Miss Lee here. She's had some issues with such and such. It's something that you can work with. And that right there up front gives the employer the opportunity to say, yes, we would love to work with the individual still, or no, we don't feel that we can work with the way we're governed here, we cannot work with individuals such that. So there's no wasted time on your behalf or theirs. So you can fill that out for me. And we will come back and discuss that with you once it comes back, and see if we have any questions. So when we explain it to the employees, we'll have a better understanding of what was going on. So next, moving on, we're going to move on to a even more hands-on portion. What we're going to do an assessment inventory. Okay, we're just going to tell you what type of jobs are the best fit for you. I'm just going to read the definition of them. And to give you an idea. So we have the realistic. It's a practical, hands-on problems and answers. That means you like those kind of jobs where you're touching, you're moving, stuff like that. Investigating, where you do a lot of critical thinking, working with ideas. Artistic, where you like acting, music, art, design, like that stuff. Social, where you just like to help others. Occupations such as counseling, nursing is a really, really good example. Then you have enterprising, where you're starting and carrying out business projects. And the conventional, where you like to really follow a strict set of procedures, information, and details. Like to receive verbal instructions, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and begin. It's about 60 questions, and we're going to mark that down. We're going to mark out your results. Then once we finish that, you will actually go and meet with my supervisor, Ms. Sandy Jolly, and you're going to actually work on an individual finance and career plan. Right, where you're going to set some financial goals, you're going to set career goals, so that we know a better way to directly help you find a job. So we know that you want to work somewhere in healthcare. We're not gonna look over in retail or warehouse. We're gonna look here to see what best fits you. And then, like, for instance, like a potential financial goal is you want to buy a car in a year, and you need to save $4,000 to do so. We're gonna help you set a plan to do that. All right. All right. So if you be with me, I'm gonna go get Miss Jolly.